Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. As promised, I am here to try the new Lancome skin tint. I got number 24W. I got this one at Ulta recently and I have been dying to try it. This is new-ish. It's been out probably for a couple of months now, and I'm going to do a wear test, see if it wears off throughout the day or not and how it looks at the end of the day. I'm also trying the new Kosas blushes. Kosas launched new blushes. They're called the Blush is Life Baked Dimensional and Brightening Blushes. I have 3 colors here with me. We'll swatch them all and I will definitely be applying one of them. We're also going to be trying the new glosses from Valentino Beauty, which I've also been dying to try. These are called the Puffer Gloss. I have 3 different ones to try right here. Again, we'll swatch them all for you. There's also a new sunscreen setting spray from One Size Beauty that I wanted to test out and try, and it is called Until Dawn Mattifying Sunscreen Makeup Setting Spray. It claims to have an SPF of 28. Now we know we don't want to get our sunscreen just from the setting spray, but I feel like for reapplication throughout the day, it's a nice to have. I do already have sunscreen on today. I put on the Murad SPF 50 hydrating sunscreen. As you can see, I did my brows already. So the first thing we're going to put on is this tint from Lancome, which I have been dying to try. For the eyes, by the way, since I really loved the limited edition clutch eyeshadow quad from YSL, I'm now more inclined to try them, and this was sent to me in PR, so I think I'm going to try the Captivating Dunes Mini Clutch Couture eyeshadow quad from YSL today. I looked at it. It has a beautiful cool toned smoky color story, and so we're going to do an eye look with that one. Let's go ahead and do the Lancome tint first. Like I said, I got that one in the shade 24W, and I'm just going to do that. Just drip it on my face. As you can see, it has a thin, pretty liquidy type consistency to it, and I'm going to blend it in with my 101 brush from BK Beauty. I bought this one at Ulta, and when I swatched it in the store, 24W seemed to be the right shade, even though I don't ever go for warm colors. But maybe because it's a low coverage type product, it works. I feel like it doesn't have a very strong undertone, even though it looks very yellow when you swatch it like this. Once you blend it in, it looks pretty nice. It is fully covering all of my redness, which is the main thing I care about when it comes to coverage. I like products to be very, very natural and thin and not heavy on, which this kind of does all of that so far, but I do need my redness to be covered, and it seems to be checking all of my check marks so far. It has a very, very glowy finish to it, so if you don't like a glowy finish, stay away, because I don't think you'll like this one. Again, we'll see how it wears throughout the day and whether the shine of it comes down, but I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because you can see the shine through the outside of the bottle. It has like added something in there that is shiny, and so I don't feel like that's the type of shine that goes away. Any remainder product I'm taking down my neck, and I do really like the color I chose. Take a look at the finished application all throughout the face. Very glowy, very glowy, but it did sink right into the skin, and it feels like moisturizer on it. It doesn't feel heavy, it's not sticky, it just kind of sunk right in. It's a very thin product, which I tend to love thinner products. Now this one does not have any SPF as far as I'm concerned. It says to shake well before use and that it's non-comedogenic, tested under dermatological control. I'm waiting to see if the dry down makes it change in any way, but it's not looking like it. While I wait, I'm going to do a bit of color corrector. I've been using my Charlotte Tilbury color corrector non-stop because I just want to finish it. I want it to be gone just to say that it is. And then once I finish it, I'll probably go back to my Tarte creaseless corrector, which I also really love, and I'm going to use my Westman Atelier concealer underneath my eyes. I've been using this one a lot too lately. Stamping it in with a sponge. I'm going to do my eyelid as well. The Lancome tint feels fully dry at this point, and again, I didn't think the shine would go away. It's definitely still there. I am going to do a powder bronzer today, the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Blurring Bronzer in the shade Medium. I did a first impressions on this one recently. Check it out if you haven't already. I liked it. but I am still kind of testing it out. And of course, I'll give you posted on my final thoughts on it in an upcoming updates video. I gotta say, it's applying beautifully on top of the Lancome skin tint, and I feel like that glow is kind of coming through the bronzer a bit. It looks really good. Check out the new Kosas blushes. It's called Blushes Life Baked Talc Free Dimensional Plus Brightening Blushes. So these are baked and they are talc free. There is 11 different shades on the Sephora website. These retail for $29 each, and I have 3 colors with me because these were sent to me in PR. Now, the colors I have with me are probably not colors I would have chosen myself, but maybe this is just going to get me out of my comfort zone and I can still test out the formula. I would probably have gone for colors a bit more basic than the ones I have, like the color I'm going to show you over here, Blissed, which is a very light peachy shade, and take a look at the swatches on the skin of this one. Another one that immediately kind of caused my attention is the shade Hype, which again, light peachy shade. These are the swatches. Something I'm really liking about these swatches is that they look blurred, but they also look a bit illuminated and very natural. And then another blush color I probably would have liked, this one's a bit more on the cool tone side, is the shade Euphoria, which take a look at the swatches right here. Very beautiful, almost like a between pink and lilac type shade. But the colors I have are the color Wavelength right here, which is a mid-tone peach shade, a bit darker than the ones I showed you. Heartbeat here, which is an even brighter color. And the color Chilies, which looks like an intense fuchsia-y type shade. Let's go ahead and swatch them. They're pretty pigmented, which I really like because they also feel kind of softer. I have a love and hate relationship with a lot of baked complexion products because a lot of them sometimes I feel are a bit too hard, and I was scared about that happening with these, but these are super soft, which is great. So here's Wavelength, Heartbeat, and Chilies. Take a look right there. They swatch beautifully. Very, very soft, very pigmented, and they do have that bit of a blurring effect to them at first sight. So I can't wait to try them, and I'm of course going to try the lightest of the shades because I'm scared of blush. I'm going to apply it with a very, very soft brush from Redford. This is one of those limited edition holiday ones, and the shade I'm going to apply is Wavelength. And so let's go for it. I'm scared. Okay, let's buff that color in. I barely got any product on the brush, I'm not gonna lie, because again, I just don't want it to be too intense, and these look very pigmented. So I'm just kind of buffing it on. That looks very good. Very, very pretty. Grabbing a bit more for the other side, and I'm going to apply it once again in that buffing motion. Notice how the glow of the Lancome skin tint just shows through everything. It showed through the Makeup by Mario bronzer, which is matte, and it is also showing through this blush. I don't dislike that, but I definitely want you to notice it in case you wouldn't like it for yourself. And I'm going over the bridge of my nose because it's summertime and I feel like doing the little sun-kissed look with every blush I own. So take a look right there at the blush applied. Really, really beautiful. Not that I didn't have good expectations for these, but I'm always skeptical, like I said, about some baked products. And in particular, it happened to me a lot with the Kosas baked powder. A lot of people love that powder, but every time I've tried it, nothing comes out. And so I had that preconceived idea of the baked powders from Kosas, and I was a little bit skeptical about the blushes, but they swatch beautiful, they have great pigmentation, and they apply incredibly pretty as well. So I really like them. I really, really like these. In fact, next time I go to Sephora, I'm definitely going to look for these so I can swatch and test the lighter products that I would instinctually go for, because I probably would come home with one. So here's the mini clutch from YSL, the palette that we're playing with today. Take a look right there. See, it's this beautiful cool tone palette with these stunning shimmers. Starting with the lightest matte shade, and I'm going to blend that color throughout the crease of my eye. This is a reference number 15 I'm using, and it's pretty pigmented. I thought I had to build it up more, but no, I actually just have to make sure I blend out what I applied nicely. Now I don't want to do anything too dark, so if I use the darker matte shade, it's going to be barely there. Same thing over here. So to deepen things up a bit, what I'll do is I'm going to grab the lighter shade once again and dip into the darker shade and back to the lighter one, and just kind of mix the two, and then intensify the outer third of the eyelid with that mixture. Also turning my brush and going under my lower lash line. It's already darker than I wanted it to be, but whatever. Alright, I'm going to go into the darkest shimmer and add it from the center and into the mattes, leaving the inner half of the eyelid empty because I want to do the lighter shimmer in a big area. Just like so. That looks really good. And then with the brush and the lightest shimmer, I'm doing the inner half of the eyelid and the inner corner. It looks very pretty, very classy. The shimmers aren't too chunky. These clutches are definitely a pretty penny. However, they do have really beautifully luxurious packaging, and they have a very nice quality. I definitely much prefer something like these to grabbing a Dior Quint or a Chanel Quad, because I've never gotten this beautiful quality with those brands. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're into luxury beauty and luxury packaging, I would suggest this. I love this. This is nice. This is nice eyeshadow quality in a beautifully packaged, luxurious product, and the performance is definitely worthwhile. Brown eyeliner to my waterline. I'm curling my lashes. I'm about to do mascara. I'll be right back. I'm back with mascara on, and I still haven't powdered my face because I noticed that the Until Dawn SPF 28 setting spray is mattifying. I don't think any mattifying setting spray is going to combat this amount of glow, but we'll try it. I definitely want to try this setting spray anyways, so let's go for it. No modification happened for sure. Here's what it looks like. As you can see, it didn't have any immediate effect on the glow on my face. I'm going to open and swatch the glosses from Valentino Beauty. All three of the ones I got are shiny. Here is what they look like, and here is what the applicator looks like on these. This one is 00R right there. Pretty much a clear gloss with minimal amounts of sparkly shimmers in there. 300R, which has a hint of pink to it, and the shimmers in this one are a little finer than the previous one. Also pretty clear. And then let's go ahead and see this very dark one, if it has any pigmentation. 520R is the name of it, and here's how it's swatching. So all three of them, as you can see, are very sheer. They feel not sticky, but definitely not like a lip oil. They feel like a gloss, right? So let's go ahead and put them on my lips next. Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. This is the filling half of the lip liner duo in medium. And I actually want to try the very dark shade because I feel like it'll match the smoky eye look. So here's what that looks like. I like it, but I am going to change it to a lighter shade. I think this might be plumping. I'm feeling a tingling sensation starting. Let me go ahead and look them up. Yes, these are called the Puffer Complex Lip Plumping Glosses, and they retail for $38 each, which is a pretty penny. And I gotta say, Valentino does this a lot, and it kind of bothers me because I like a lot of the products they put out, but they definitely, I feel like, for a luxury brand with luxury prices, skimp out on packaging. Okay, I said it. I said what I said. This is plastic, cute pink Valentino packaging, but it doesn't feel $38 worth of luxury right here, in my personal humble opinion. The plumping is not too bad, by the way. It's like a barely there type of heat, so far at least. I'm going to do my Muted Mauve lip liner from Anastasia, and I sort of filled it in a little bit, and over it I am going to do the clear gloss that has the bit of shimmer. Oh, I like that. That looks very pretty. Do you guys have to clean your gloss applicating wand before putting it back in? Because I cannot leave it with the remnants of the lip liner on it. I have a very tiny amount of my Danessa Myricks powder on my puff, and I am going to powder the center of my forehead here and right on the innermost corner of the under eye. And so take a look right here. This is the finished look. I really like the way everything turned out. My least favorite product, new product I should say, I tried today. I'm gonna give it to the glosses. I like the glosses. They're beautiful, okay? They perform well. They feel nice and plumping. Nothing against them except for the packaging versus the price point. It really bothers me that we're expected to pay almost $40 for these and there's nothing special about the packaging. I don't know, I feel like luxury brands should look and feel luxurious, and even though this is lovely, I feel like there was very minimal effort put into the packaging having good quality. Probably very picky of me, but this is kind of the same material and this is L'Oreal and it was very affordable, okay? Both are plastic. This also has a great formula, so you just can't be called Valentino and expect $40 for a gloss that is pretty kind of average, you know? Upon the first hour of wear of this Lancome skin tint, you definitely have to like very shiny makeup in order to love this one. I like the coverage, I like how lightweight it feels, but it's very shiny, okay? The shininess is definitely there, so keep that in mind, and I will update you throughout the day at least once or twice to see how it's wearing. I'm expecting it to wear nicely. These blushes from Kosas I really liked. Even having a color that I usually wouldn't go for looks pretty, so I would imagine having colors I like more, I would like these even more, so definitely check these out. They're nice and affordable and they have superb quality. And then lastly, these YSL clutches are very expensive, but at least they have luxurious looking packaging to show for it on top of really good quality eyeshadows. So I'm not recommending these to everyone. You don't need them, but like it's a very nice to have. If you are a fan of the brand and you want to spoil yourself because you love this type of packaging, then why not, you know? As far as the setting spray is concerned, I don't really have feedback for you. It kind of did a whole lot of nothing, in my opinion. And I don't think the amount I applied would even give me the SPF 28, so I don't know. Actually, the thing that irks me about this one is I don't like the setting sprays that come in the aerosol cans because I don't know what I'm breathing. I thought maybe it would mattify things, but it didn't. So that's all I have to say about that. Let's go ahead and jump into the check-ins. It's been several hours. I'm checking in from my bathroom. If you see like bronzer or blush missing in places, it's because my daughter is very affectionate and obsessed with me. And she's been just on my face. What can I say? The glow did go down. I feel like the glow definitely went down as time went on. So if you were very worried about it getting oilier, that has not happened. That's the good news about that. I mean, it still looks beautiful. It's probably been 6 to 7 hours, but honestly, I don't really know exactly the time. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. And it's not like an oily, glowy product, but I think it was glowy at least for an hour and a half or so. Keep in mind, I have very, very dry skin. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you're interested in any of the products I talked about today, they're of course linked throughout the video and linked in the description box of the video below. So definitely check out the links. Whenever you shop through my links, it helps out my channel. If you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please don't leave without subscribing. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.